Obviously, I'm excited to be here. You know, I know you guys so well, and we've talked for many years. And those of y'all that know me know that this is the job that probably I've always wanted since I was very young. And when I took a chance, in 1989, I took a chance. I was at a great high school job, and I took a job at a little junior college in Texas. Didn't even know where the town was, and my friends thought I was nuts. Dan probably thought I was nuts. I know my coaching friends thought I'd gone off the deep end. My mom and dad, they thought I had found a girlfriend or something over there. I'm not even sure, but when I took that job, I set a course that honestly nobody could really write. It's been unbelievable ups and downs and the things that have happened over the years to get me here, including what happened this year. But to be honest with you, when I left that high school job, this is the job that one day I dreamed of having. It's kind of crazy. And so I always tell the kids dreams can come true, and they do if you just kind of stick with it sometimes. And this is one of those cases where, you know, the old kid from Turlings and the kid from the north side of Lafayette ended up kind of where he always wanted to be. Maybe not as soon as he wanted to be there, right? But it's been a great ride for sure, and we have a great school and great university, a great town to recruit to, and we have great administrators. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Dr. Maggard and Dr. Leger and Travis for trusting me enough to take over the program. Right now, it's obviously not the best timing. We're coach short, but it's all going to work out because we have great kids and I have a great coaching staff. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a great team. So I'm excited, obviously. When Coach Lon came to me at that high school meet in 2018, and they asked me, you know, hey, you ever thought about coaching in college again? And, you know, I kind of acted all cool, you know, like, well, I don't know. I've considered it. When that was total lie, I would have like, could you hire me tomorrow? That's what I wanted to tell him, right? But when he did that, you know, it set on a course of where we are today. And we built a very, very good program the last 5 years. And we had, I'm sure, a lot of interest in this job because we've made it a good job. And our team is very good, very well respected by other programs. So, I'm humbled and definitely excited to be a part of what's going to happen over the next few years.
So what's the key to achieving what you want, where you want it to be, even though it happened later then?
Yeah. Well, I got a few years left, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping. So here's what I think. We have to get to the point where we go into a conference meet, and have the bullets, right? You know, you don't want to go to you don't want to go to a gunfight with a water pistol, and so we're getting closer and closer. At this point, the team that's dominating is beating everybody significantly in distance racing. I mean, they beat us 72 to 28, and in all of the other events we beat them by 3. Right. So we've got to figure out a way to close that gap. And that's going to be where we're at the next 2 years. I mean, I've already met with the coaching staff, and we're looking at some people to come in for my job, and that'll be part of his responsibility will be to help recruit. He'll be the recruiting coordinator, and he'll be the guy that's going to, or female, be the person that helps me get us to where I think we need to go. Because the coaches that I have right now are outstanding coaches. Rylan is one of our former athletes. He's moved right in as a first-year coach and done a very good job. And then we've got a superstar in waiting in our throws coach. He's one of the young up-and-coming guys that we were really lucky to get. And then, of course, our distance coach is he's the most respected distance coach in Louisiana. His name's Rocky Capella. He was a longtime high school coach, won 3 consecutive 1A state championships in track. I mean, he's a really, really good coach. And we kind of become the destination for Louisiana distance runners. The problem is that it's a developmental thing. So as we've gotten older, we've gotten better, and as our distance team continues to mature, we're just gonna be able to, I think, close that gap with Arkansas State in that area.
I always thought recruiting is what was your strength in this sport.
I'm the recruiting coordinator now.
So you're or did you just say that you're kind of distancing yourself from that and gonna be more of an administrator? Or?
That's a very good question. So I envision it as bringing in a guy that recruiting is my thing, right? I'm probably recruiting 80% of the roster. So I think though that for us to take a step forward, having another guy with the network, I mean, it's no secret, right? It's a network of people that you know, people that respect you, people that know you do a good job, whether it's AAU coaches, summer track coaches, whether it's high school coaches, junior college coaches, with the portal the way it is now, having another person there to hit the portal with me and talk to kids. It's just a matter of I think taking it to the next step, right? Having two people working on it, but he's going to be the recruiting coordinator and I'm going to be the head coach, right? So I'm going to be the guy coming in the backside and doing a lot of the work. That's how I envision the staff. The current staff will be recruiting their own areas, but with the help of me and the recruiting coordinator, because that's how it's been for the last 4 years. I just finished my 4th recruiting class. This is my 5th one, and we signed a really good one. I just got back from JUCO Nationals, and our class did really well. So I'm excited. The high school kids are doing phenomenal. I'm not even sure, you always look at back and how I get the kid. I just got to, one of our kids he was the runner-up in 6A in the 400. That's a big-time recruit in track for us to get somebody at that level. We got the #1 guy in Louisiana out of Edna Carr that wasn't named Raji Dennis, that plays football for us now, right? He was the #2 guy at Carr, but #1 guy in Louisiana that just runs track. So, like those kinds of kids are the kids that you build a program on. We had a really good recruiting class last year. We have some kids leaving that have been the foundation of what we've done so far. And so those are we call them, they're the ones that set the legacy. They're the ones that set the standard. I don't know, Tom has the numbers maybe of the number of school records and top 5s and top 10s that we've hit just last year. And it was a lot, 31 or something. Yeah. Right. I think 4 school records just last year. So, we've got a very, very good team. And I think this year's team's better. So I just feel like for us at our level, the mark of a program is how do you do it at the conference level, and then how many people you send to regionals, which for other sports would be first round of the NCs. So the way track works is you have regionals, which is a first and second round at one site. Half of the country goes one site, the other half goes to the other site. Top 12 in each event makes it to the national meet. They run a semifinal, which is the 3rd round, and then the 4th round is the final. So how many people we make it to the first round of the NCAAs is kind of a mark of where you are as a program. And in the last 2 years, we've taken 40 kids to the regionals. We took 18 or 19 last year, I think 21 or 22 the year before. So, we've established ourselves as a definite mid-major, one of the top mid-major programs in the East, which is an accomplishment in itself. So we just got to now build on how can we close the gap at conference, which is going to be my job moving forward. I told this class that I've never left a place without winning a championship. So I don't expect this one to be the first one.
Coach, do you plan on using those recruiting skills to get Raji Dennis to be a 2-sport athlete?
We recruited him together. The fact that he graduated in January made it a little different because there's no way he was going to come here and run track and not do football. He's got to learn the offense, the defense, routes. He's got so much to learn in football in that first spring before March, which is when they have spring training. So we talked to him already. Mike and I, and Tim, we recruit dual sport athletes. We're recruiting a really good one right now. So it's a doable thing here because we've worked out a way to do it. So I think Raji, I'll talk to him next year, at least indoors. Definitely interested in running for us, and he can score at the conference meet for sure. He's fast.
You talked about dual sport athletes. You coached with a couple of guys that made a living with that, Steve Sylvie and Charles Lawson. Is that something? I remember Coach Loss used to go out. He would almost recruit the week before the conference meet and go and get shot putters and javelin throwers and so forth, and get those 6th, 7th, and 8th places.
He would.
Is that still a feasible thing to do?
It depends on if they're coming out of high school with that intention. It's a little different now. Coach would stand outside the locker room until they'd come out, and he'd just harass them until they'd come out. And they would. Anthony Clement, right? If NFL players, came out for track. Tim Sensley was probably poster child because there's definitely he'll tell you he made it to the Giants because of track, because of his 40 time at pro day, you know. So today it's a little different. It's more if they come out of high school with the intention to do track, right? And so the goal is with Mike, if he wants guys with legitimate speed that want to be dual sport athletes, there's not a lot of schools today allowing it. Football has become a 24/7 deal between meetings and responsibilities with strength conditioning and all the other stuff that comes with it. So it takes a cooperation, you know, a cooperative effort between the track coach and the football coach to be able to accomplish dual sport athletes. When I'm telling you that LSU just signed the number 1 sprinter, he ran 10:22 this week out of Houston. And he's one of the, you know, at LSU is one of the very, very few Power Fives that are left that will work it out with the football team because of their track record. The track kids that have been at LSU are all in the NFL. So they have a track record of not only making them faster, but working it out to where they're still good football players. And that's where the cooperative effort needs to be. So yes, we've already talked about doing that with Mike. We actually, many of y'all might remember Justin Horn last year. Justin Horn ended up signing with Texas Tech. A long-time commitment to us because he was going to be a dual sport athlete. I'm sure this is not off the record, but he decommitted because of NIL. They offered him an NIL deal. We couldn't, which I don't get. I get it, you know, but we had him and he was going to run the hurdles for us. Now he's not running at Texas Tech. He's only playing linebacker. So, but if he wanted to do both here, he was going to be able to, and Roger's going to be able to. We are recruiting. I can't say who they are right now because they haven't signed, but we're recruiting a couple of high school kids now that are very good football players that are also outstanding track, like top 10 in the country track guys. And so those are the kind of athletes that obviously we would like to be able to have an opportunity to get because on the track side, they're being recruited by much bigger schools, much, you know, some of the Power Fives, but in football they're not. So if we can work out those kids, we can end up with a higher quality track kids coming in and then play football, right? I mean, this legit speed, right? I mean, Roger Dennis he ran 20 point something at 200. And these guys don't fall off the shelf. He's fast. I'm sure if you watch him in football, you know, he's the go deep guy. Throw as far as you can. Yeah, he's faster than Harold Porter. And yeah, I mean, at high school level, right? Harold developed into a pretty fast guy. Then that's the thing. This program, one of the biggest things about taking over, we have a long storied history of track. Like it's over 100 All-Americans came to this school. We're at 115 or 20 now. I mean, after the last few classes. So it's actually a just such a humbling opportunity to be able to stand here because if you know the guys that I've become friends with that ran in the late 60s and 70s, they're very underappreciated at how good they were. They were incredible. It's just incredible times they ran that would still today win conference, like all these years later. So, that's part of the deal. We have a great alumni base that's, I hope, after talking to them, they seem very excited about where we're headed. So that's a good thing, right?